Let's talk about credit monitoring. And I want to talk about the best credit monitoring apps you should consider this year. So here's a review I want you to really pay attention to. The first credit monitoring app I want to think about is Aura. And what we love about Aura as a credit monitoring app is the fact that Aura allows you to have a proactive protection. So it's one of those things. The thing is that Aura actually does everything proactively in the sense that you have identity theft protection with 3 Bureau credit monitoring, device security features, and you have $1 million in insurance for eligible losses due to identity theft. And the cool thing is that if you go with the Aura, you have credit score monitoring. So this is really cool. You have near real-time credit reports alerts, and you have everything of your mobile app. You also have credit locks. So there are many tools you can use to protect your credit from scammers, including fraud alerts and credit freezes. And so the if you have a credit lock, that's really one tool that can really be really powerful. You also have digital and device security, so you are able to prevent criminals from accessing your credit files. So you are, instead of doing defense, you are playing offense. So you have a secure password manager. You have automatic data broker opt out. You have powerful anti-virus software. You have safe browsing tools, and you have email alliances with through Aura. And you also have 24/7, 365 US based fraud resolution specialist. So this is really cool. And I want to show you right now on the screen when we talk about Aura. Here is a pricing that you can expect if you are sticking with this player for a long time. So that's really important to really think about. So you have the family plan, you have the couple plan, and you have the individual plan. And Aura wants you to go with the family plan. That's where they charge you $20 per month. But if you have more question, it's just more question about credit monitoring apps. It's better to contact Aura, for instance, at 1-844-918-0658. Again, the number here is 1-844-918-0658. And the cool thing is that you are able to actually save a lot of cash, especially if you are actually paying annually as opposed to monthly. And the cool thing is you also have a 2 month money back guarantee, so 60-day money back guarantee on annual plans. That's really cool. Also, I want to quickly welcome you back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Another credit monitoring app that you need to consider this year is Intuit Credit Karma. And Credit Karma used to be a standalone company before. Now they are under the Intuit family. So this is actually the best free credit score app. And Credit Karma actually is an app that does a lot of things when it comes to credit monitoring. So basically, you have free estimates of your credit score based on information gathered from your TransUnion and Equifax credit reports. So not your Experian, just the TransUnion and Equifax. And the cool thing about Credit Karma as a credit monitoring app is that it does make recommendations about credit cards, loans, lines of credit, and more. It tells you which ones you will likely be approved for and how different financial decisions will affect your credit profile. So that's really good in terms of helping you proactively manage your credit. And it really also monitors your credit report and sends you alert for major changes. And this is really good. But if you go through Credit Karma, you cannot lock your credit. This is something that you cannot do. Aura does it, but Credit Karma doesn't do it. And so it's one of those things where we love the fact that they are pretty flexible. But remember, they are free. Okay, so you can actually use Credit Karma as a credit monitoring app to make better sense of your dollars and cents. So basically, Credit Karma will analyze your account to find new, surprising ways you can take your money further. So this is really cool. And the cool thing is that they are doing this in real time. So that's really good in terms of having a strong ally. I mean, a stronger tool. What we love about the Credit Karma is also the fact that it's free. But beyond that, you have transparency. So you are able to make decisions faster and depending upon what you have in front of you. And that's really cool. And again, it doesn't depend on the geography or the chronology. Credit Karma is actually available for all kinds of instances. That's what we love a lot. And what I want to say also is that in terms of efficiency, you have the capabilities there, and this is kind of cool in terms of having all the tools at your fingers. So centrality of decision making process is very important. Now, Aura doesn't. I mean, Credit Karma doesn't have as many features as as an aura, but the cool thing is it's part of Intuit and it's free. So you don't have to spend a dime to actually get the same benefits. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the top 7 best credit monitoring apps you need to consider this year. I want to talk to you about Credit Sesame. And when we think about credit monitoring apps, Credit Sesame has a pretty interesting twist to the whole credit monitoring sort of, I would say, practice. And this is actually the best self-service credit monitoring. In other words, they really empower you. The app empowers you to do a lot of things. And Credit Sesame provides you with monthly TransUnion credit score updates and shows you how you score on some of the individual factors that make up your score, such as CUR, so you have a credit utilization. And you also have, in some cases, if you have the derogatory items. We love the fact that with Credit Sesame, you have personalized tips on how to manage your debt and ways to save on credit card interest. And Credit Sesame offers a credit report monitoring, and they actually alert you of changes to your report, identity theft insurance up to $50,000, and fraud remediation assistance are also included. So basically, when you think about Credit Sesame, think about an all-in-one service. Okay, it's a wonderful app, especially when it comes to self-service, and also this app provides all kinds of ancillary functions as well. And while its basic offering, credit score monitoring, is free, there are additional services that are only offered as part of the paid plan. I'll speak about the paid plans later on. So it's important to know this about. Let me give you an example. You can monitor your credit through TransUnion for free, but you have to pay to monitor your credit across all 3 credit bureaus. You have to be a member to view its premium packages and cost. But the cool thing is with the Credit Sesame, you have better credit, you have better advice, and you have better offers. So this is really cool. And we are talking about you getting your free credit scores, credit card offers, and tools to help you save more money. And you have all of this in a centralized place, all in one place. So we're speaking about credit cards, we are speaking about home loans, we are speaking about auto loans, we are speaking about a credit builder, which is really great in terms of credit Sesame, and you also have credit help in terms of how you want to get things done properly. So long story short, you have a player that can really help you upgrade your credit score real fast. So we love that a lot, and you can always understand how your FICO score actually gets to a certain number with the Sesame Great. But that's really the pain aspect of Credit Sesame. But hey, listen, it's so great anyway. So when we talk about the best credit monitoring apps of this year, you have to really, really think about CreditWise by Capital One. Now, the cool thing about CreditWise is that you don't have to be a Capital One cardholder to actually access this account. I mean, anybody can access the account, not a problem. It's free. That's really cool. And the bottom line here is that it is actually part of CapitalWise expansion into newer markets. They want to have new customers, and with their recent bid to buy Discover, they are going to expand this service to more the Discover cardholders. So this is really cool. And what we love about Capital One, the CreditWise, is that this is the best credit similar app. In other words, you can simulate your credit, and CreditWise is Capital One's solution for monitoring your credit score. Of course, it doesn't have as sophisticated features as what you have with Aura, but you do have the basics, okay? You don't have to be a member. Once again, I need to insist on that. You don't have to be a member or have a Capital One credit card to sign up for CreditWise. And you'll have access to your Vantage Score 3.0 provided by TransUnion, and get alerts for changes to your TransUnion and Experian credit reports. And CreditWise will monitor the dark web for signs that your social security number and primary email address have been compromised. If the service notices anything suspicious, you will receive an alert in near real time. It doesn't happen in real time, but it happens in near real time. And one of the main attractions to CreditWise is that the tool has, as an app, the tool has a credit score simulator. So you can tap in financial decisions you're thinking of making, such as paying down a credit card or taking out a new loan. And the simulation shows how it will affect your credit score. So in terms of credit monitoring app, this is really cool. So you can understand your credit scores. You have a better idea of what's really happening or what's going to happen to your credit score. You are actually you can keep up with changes. You can monitor your personal information. We're talking about not just your social, but more like your personal, your financial accounts, for instance, your checking account, savings account, your IRA accounts, and so on and so forth. So this is really cool. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best credit monitoring apps you need to think about this year. Next, you have My FICO. So when you think about My FICO, I want you to think about flexibility, but also I want you to think about the fact that you want to monitor your FICO scores. So if you think about all the other players I was just telling you, you can monitor your Advantage 3.0 scores. But if you want to focus specifically on your FICO scores, My FICO is the best app, the best credit monitoring app of this year. And this is the credit score and credit monitoring app provided by the same company that gives you your FICO credit score. In addition to being a credit monitoring service, a credit monitoring app, it also offers identity theft insurance, identity restoration, and identity monitoring. And My FICO has 3 packages. You have Basic, Advanced, and Premier. This is really cool. And now let me break it down for you in terms of the cost. Its basic plan includes credit monitoring from Experian only and excludes identity monitoring. The advanced package adds identity monitoring and 3 credit bureau monitoring. However, you'll get updates on your FICO score every 3 months. So the updates are happening quarterly, not monthly. I mean, for some users, this could be a bummer because if you're interested in having more frequent updates on your credit, you do not want to wait 3 months. But hey, listen, if you're more of the patient type, you are really good to go. The only difference between the advanced plan and the premier plans is that you will receive updates on your FICO score every month with a premier plan, and of course the difference in prices. Okay, so the thing what we love about My FICO is the comparative analysis that it really offers also. In other words, you have an all-in-one solution. You can compare your FICO scores and credit reports from all 3 bureaus side by side. This is really good, side by side. So you are looking at Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, your scores there side by side. And so you are able to get the right score for your credit goal, including your FICO scores used for mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards, and even loans and lines of credit, by the way. So bottom line here is that when you think about FICO score, this is actually 90% of top lenders use FICO scores. So it really plays an important role, okay? Although they may look the same, other credit scores can vary as much as 100 points from your FICO score, so especially your Advantage 3.0 scores. Next, you have Identity Force. So when you think about Identity Force, I want you to think right away about TransUnion. So this is the best app to monitor your TransUnion credit reports. And Identity Force is actually owned by TransUnion. So they offer all kinds of services. So in addition to credit monitoring, they also offer identity theft protection. So this is an identity theft protection app for families, individuals, and businesses. And this app provides your credit score based on the VantageScore 3.0 model and the information on your TransUnion credit report. So if you're kind of interested in your TransUnion credit report, you will love this Identity Force. And what we love about the Identity Force is that they actually will notify you if there are changes to your credit score, or if they see suspicious activity in your account, they will notify you in real time. So this is kind of cool. Not in a delayed fashion, but you get notifications in real time. And Identity Force offers 2 pricing options. You have the Ultra Secure and the Ultra Secure Plus credit. And so this is kind of cool. So if you want to monitor your credit, you have to go with the Ultra Secure Plus credit. Okay, this is one thing you need to pay attention to. So, but the bottom line here is that you are able to see what's really important for you. You can actually monitor your credit, but also your family's credit profile. Not just what's really happening individually, but what's happening I would say holistically, and that's really good because sometimes if there is some identity theft happening in one or happening to one member of the family, it could affect everybody else. Okay, and I want you to look right now on the screen. I'm sure I will show you two screenshots. The first one is here, so you have the credit monitoring that goes with identity force. So basically, for you have the ultra secure plus credit individual, and then you have ultra secure individual. This is the individual plan. So this is the first screenshot. And I want to show you the second screenshot. This is for the family. So family plans, you have the ultra secure plus credit family, and then you have the ultra secure family. So remember, again, the ultra secure plus credit, that's the credit monitoring section of the service. So if you're interested in that, you want to go with that ladder. That's really important. So before we close to this conversation, you've heard all the six credit monitoring apps of this year, and I want to give you an overview. When we talk about credit monitoring app, what are we talking about? First of all, a credit monitoring app can do a lot of things. Okay, it can really alert you of issues on your credit, and it can also help you increase your credit, because if you're trying to build or protect your credit score, you need to closely monitor any changes that might be harming it. And credit monitoring apps are the easiest option to do both. Okay, so you're basically keeping a check on your credit score and also detect signs of fraud in your credit report. So when we talk about keeping a check on your credit score, knowing what your credit score is will help you understand how likely it is that you will be approved for a loan, say how much you can borrow, and at what interest rate. A credit monitoring app should be able to track any swings to your credit score based on payment history, hard inquiries, credit history, or new accounts. I mean, you have all kinds of scenarios that you need to really account for. And a credit monitoring app can help you detect signs of fraud in your credit report. Many forms of financial fraud can be detected on your credit report. For example, the thing is that you could be alerted if a criminal is trying to use your financial information to take out a personal loan in your name. At least you have an idea of what's happening. And credit monitoring app should alert you to any such suspicious activity. And this is really cool. And you are able to do a lot of things. And the thing is that you are able to monitor your credit score and credit reports across all three bureaus. You can proactively protect against threats to your financial health. You can talk to a real person whenever you need assistance, day or night. And you have a tool that's really available on any device. Okay, whether we're speaking about iPhone or Android. So this is really good. Now, the thing is, the credit monitoring app that's best for you will depend on what your goals are, okay? Because when you think about Aura, Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, Credit Wise by Capital One, MyFICO, or Identity Force, they all provide different sets of capabilities depending on what you're looking for. And what you're looking for is going to determine what you get in the end. So that's important to really think about that beforehand. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's quickly recap to this conversation. I was just talking to you about the best credit monitoring apps of this year. And so I gave you the review. So the review actually familiarized you with all the six credit monitoring apps. So we talk about Aura, Credit Karma, now part of Intuit, Credit Sesame. You have Credit Wise by Capital One, MyFICO, and Identity Force. And I did the overview and now the recap. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.